Oh, I get it. You think you're some kind of puzzle master, don't you? You think because you can just read a claw that you're so smart, just so perceptive. Well, I can tell you, not all puzzles are going to be that easy. Maybe. Some of them are going to test that intellect of yours that you do really love to flaunt. So today, I will be listing my top 5 puzzles in Skyrim. Let's get into it. Starting off with number 5, we have the Tonal Lock inside of Orkingthams during the quest Lost to the Ages. This lock is what guards the very first Ethereum shard you're going to get. But how does it work? There's no bears, no foxes, just these 5 spinning panels up above. Well, if you speak to Katria, she's going to tell you that they have to be struck in the right order to open the gate. You do it wrong, and the big dwarf head is going to get pissed off and blow out a bunch of steam. Also send out some of his minions to kill you. And if you get it wrong 3 times, see that Centurion that's locked away? Well, he's going to burst out and really mess up your day. So, you want to get this right in the first try. How can you do that? By following these clues. If you read Katria's journal, on the very last page, there's a diagram of where to start. So from this, we know that you should hit the bottom left resonator first, and then the bottom right. Okay. You could go and try and do it right now, although before you start, Katria is going to pull you aside and actually say that there might be more clues around the place. Dead people are usually useful. Yes, let's look at this dead adventurer. You see he's got a scrap of paper on him, and if you read it now, you can see that number 3 is going to be the top left. Lovely. Now it's just a 50-50. Do you choose the middle bottom or the top right as number 4? Let's do a heads or tails. The middle is heads, and the top right is tails. You're going heads? Alright, that's because of the weight difference, right? The head side is a little heavier, so it's like 51% to 49%, something like that. More copper, blah, blah, blah. Well, if you do that, you're gonna get attacked. Man, you never go heads. Tails is so much cooler. It's the underdog. Stop playing around. So you go tails, and you make number 4 the one on the top right. After that, you've got no choice but to hit the bottom middle at the very end. And if you do this, the dwarf head, it is going to be very happy with you and open the gate. Congratulations! Getting your brain warmed up? Number 4, we have the second puzzle that you're going to find in Saarthal. You're going to encounter this during the quest Under Saarthal during the College of Winterhold's main quest line. You get up to it, and it's a lot more familiar. Pictures of animals. Just have them match up, right? And this should actually be really simple because the pictures that each pillar corresponds with is directly above it. Very straightforward. The thing is, you'll notice when you move one pillar, some of the others move as well. You know, you set up one correctly, but then the one next to it gets all messed up. It's like a Rubik's Cube. You sacrifice everything to get that one side correct, but you know behind it, it's messed up beyond recognition. And to make matters worse, you know the signs on the floor back in the hallway before you even get to the lever? What the hell are those for? They don't signify anything. They're just there. Stop that, you 4. So we know that we have to move the pillars in the right order. Fine. Well, the one on the bottom right can change whenever it wants without affecting the others. That's a really good thing to know. Why? Because that means we have to move that one last, right? We can spin all the others into place first, and then if that dude is still messed up, we can spin them all we want with no harm to the others. Great. Well, we should also flip that idea around. We need to find the one that controls most of them and put them in place first. If we do that, the others won't be able to touch it. So if you do some testing, you'll learn that the top left is the one that moves all of them. Okay, him first, and make him a fish. Then it's the bottom left that is going to control the other 2, but not Mr. Fish. Okay, him second. Make him a snake. After that, you know what to do, you dingus. You can't touch the first fish. He needs to go last. He's cool doing his own thing without anyone else. So that means number 3 is going to be the top right. Mrs. Eagle, you're looking lovely today. Make her so. And now number 4 is obviously going to be where we started. Turn him back into a fish. You pull the lever, and the door is going to open. Congratulations, our friends are already feeling better in their rightful skins. Number 3, we have that big awkward ball that you find during the quest, Discerning the Transmundane. You find this in the Tower of Mazark, which is quite a ways through Alfthand. Well, apparently there's an Elder Scroll inside this thing, so we should probably figure this out. In all my years of playing, I always just mashed the buttons until something happened. But I can tell you, if you do use a little bit of brain and a little bit of this is actually very simple. You put in the lexicon, and there are buttons that you have to press. Okay, if you do not press the buttons in the right order, absolutely nothing is going to happen, although you might feel aggravated. Now to start, there's only 2 buttons that you can press. So let's say you hit the second one. The whole thing shifts. How fun. But if you're perceptive, you'll notice something. The first button always goes back. It's a back button. And right now we have no need to be going back. Nothing happened back there, did it? So we have to keep moving forward. So you hit the second one again, and then you hit it again. Don't hit that first one. I see you looking at that. Don't you touch that. So you hit the second one a total of 4 times, and now a third button becomes available. Why would it present itself if it was not looking to be touched? So you touch it. Now the arms of this thing start swinging around. How fun. It looks like we're making a big magnifying lens. Okay, so where do we go from here? Well, if you go back to buttons 1 or 2 and you hit those, the third button is gonna disappear. I told you not to go back! What are you doing, you snoopy ragamuffin? Forward. Get button 3 up and running again, and now you only have one option. Hit it again. This time you only need to hit it twice, and then button 4 is going to present itself. Why would it present itself if not to be touched like the little dirty monster that it is? Don't you think about going back? Don't think about it. You're just going to close them all up again. So hopefully you hit the 4th and final button, and there you have it. Down comes the crystal, it opens up, and the Elder Scroll is all yours. Congratulations! The moral of the story, go forward with your life, stop going backwards. Number 2, we have the Bloodskull door. You find this inside of Bloodskull Barrow, which is deep inside of Raven Rock Mine on Solstheim during the quest of Final Descent. This is a big circular door with these strange red carvings all over it. It's not something we're used to, and there don't seem to be any levers around that you can pull. When you go up to it, there's nothing you can interact with. The only thing that looks promising are 2 glowing slits on each side. Why are they glowing, and what do they represent? You know, when you first come here, this may kind of throw you off a bit. Although, when you find the remains of Gradian Corellius and you bother to read his journal, you'll realize, well, the puzzle has already been solved. In fact, Gradian was about to get through it if he hadn't been severely wounded and too weak to lift the sword. Yes, the Bloodskull blade that you find in his inventory. That's the key. On the last few pages of his journal, he explains that swinging the sword lets out a ribbon of mystical energy. The color is a glowing red, just like the markings back on the door. Well, perhaps by swinging the sword in the right direction, we can manipulate the door. So, to send out a horizontal wave, you do a power attack to the side. You shoot this at the marking, and now the stones begin to move. Look, Gradian, we're moving the stones that you were not able to pass. Well, let's keep it going. You do it for the other side, and now you have another set of markings. This time they're vertical. All right. Do a power attack while you're standing still, you know? That's all pretty easy now, so you continue doing that until finally the red glow, it's emanating from the very middle crack of this door. You summon every bit of energy that you've got, debatable, take a few steps back for dramatic effect, and then unleash the sword's power. Yes, the entire room, it starts shaking, and then the door slides open. You've done it! Congratulations. Your reward is getting chopped to pieces. And number 1, we have the riddle you can find when you're trying to explore Volskyg. You come into a room that's gated off. There's not any levers. Looks like you have to pull the handles that are separated around the room, all corresponding with an animal. A bear, a fox, a snake, and a wolf. And you guessed it, they have to be pulled in the right order, or else Draugr of an increasing difficulty are going to pop out of the central chamber and bother you. Let's avoid that. How about we look for clues? Well, it's hard to miss the book that's right in front of the door. This reads, The 4 Totems of Volskyg, and it's on the second page you're going to find your riddle. The first fears all, the second fears no one, the third eats what it can, preferably number 1, and the 4th fears the second, but only when alone. Now, where this puzzle really gets confusing is how you interpret who fears all. Well, foxes fear all, don't they? It seems like any bit of noise and those things are dashing away. I mean, I've heard stories of snakes biting and killing people, so not a whole lot from foxes. So you try the fox handle first, and it's wrong. What the heck? Well, a bear or a wolf doesn't fear everything, so number 1 has got to be the snake handle? Okay, you pull that and it works. All right. Number 2, the second fears none. Well, that's got to be the bear, no question. Pull it and you're good to go. Number 3, the third eats what it can, preferably number 1. Well, a wolf would love to eat a snake, right? I think. And then for the number 4, it's got to be the fox who fears the bear, because they do, but not when it's alone. Like, if it's in a pack, then maybe the fox can get away while the bear is busy tearing apart his brother or something. I don't know, it's worth a shot. Foxes do seem selfish, don't they? But if you try this pattern, it's wrong. What the heck? Double what the heck? Okay, that means the only other option is that number 3 has got to be the fox, and then number 4 has got to be the wolf. And this does actually make a lot of sense, but to recap, the final solution is the snake fears all, the bear fears none, the fox is the one who eats what it can, preferably the snake, and then the wolf fears the bear, but only when alone. I mean, I don't care how many there are, I don't know how many wolves are trying to kill a bear, but okay, I'll let that one slide. For the most part, this puzzle does make sense. It just gets confusing depending on your interpretation of who is afraid of who and who is willing to kill the other. But when you do get it right, the braziers all light up and the gate comes open. Congratulations! You think snakes are little pansies of the animal kingdom. And there you have it, my top 5 puzzles in Skyrim. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And down below, please tell me, is there another one you would add to this list? Alright, thank you very much for watching. And just before you go, I have one last puzzle for you. Ready? If a tree falls in the forest and no one is around to hear it, How loudly does it ape him?